can you do, oh, okay, so it's, you're just gonna scroll down it?
Yeah, here's the second one.
Okay, can you make it full screen so we can't see home tools, SAE Zoom test? Like, is there a way you can pop that up?
I don't know. I don't work that way. Okay, what do I do? View is
Okay, so it's, you're just gonna scroll down it?
zoom to page level. Let's try it. That didn't do it.
Click at the top left where it says home.
Home. What I'm showing is, it says, oh, over there is home.
Yeah, I'm trying, oh, okay.
And here's tools.
Okay, sorry, then yeah, go back to, you were at the right spot. There should be.
Well, what I normally do when I'm working on it,
Oh, there you go, full screen mode, Command L.
I'm not seeing it.
So if you keep going down, like about 5 or 6 more things. One more.
Oh, full screen mode. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, that's what we're doing this for.
There we are, there we are.
Do you, and not to complicate things a little bit more, but do you have the Q&A thing open? Do you know where that is, or?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Okay, well, don't worry about, we'll bother with that in a minute. So let's figure out how to get full screen. So right now I just get a black screen of yours.
Well, it says it's stopped. Sharing is paused and resume share up here. Okay. Tell me if you see it again. I've hit the green button that says resume share.
I'm just getting a blank screen with a little bar across the top that says SAE Zoom test.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pete, is there a reason you decided to do it as PDFs as opposed to using Keynote?
Well, this is what seemed to make sense to me. I don't know anything about Keynote.
Okay.
I mean, if you guys are able to walk me through it in the next few days, that'd be great. But this is what I came up with to see if it worked for you, and apparently it doesn't.
Well, I think we're trying to make sure it's just optimized for the screen, and I think walking through PDFs is not optimized for screen viewing.
Yeah. Are you still not seeing the image?
I'm not seeing an image.
Yeah, all I see is a black screen, and at the very top it says SAE Zoom Test 12.pdf.
Okay.
If you want, Pete, would it help? You want me to show you how I've done ones with using PowerPoint, and it should be the same with Keynote.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
wait, now that's
looks
perfect.
good.
Yeah, I went back and invoked it again.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's one way to do it.
Let's step through the slides then, because that looks perfect.
Okay.
Oh, that's how you slept. Oh, okay. Now I see that. Okay, that I thought might appeal to engineers, the old days before drawing boards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. This works.
And I'm gonna stop your video, but you're still going.
What? Say that again.
Oh, nothing. Just, you can keep going through it. I'm just trying to make sure that we only see your face on camera.
The red car at the bottom is the drawing that Jonathan Thompson made for the cover of Road and Track. I'm the guy that created a silhouette of the McLaren, the contemporary McLaren behind it, to show the difference in frontal areas.
Wow.
And this is a picture you've probably seen many times. It's Trevor sitting in his mock-up.
Yeah.
Again, not a computer aided design to be found.
Yeah.
And this is about 6 or 8 years ago when Trevor went to visit Don, and they shot a video. And this is a screen grab off the video. But it shows the tiny tire, the 10-inch front wheel with a little Firestone tire on it. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about the suspension package that his left hand is on. The inner rim of the front wheel is missing. All you see is the front rim, but the inner rim was a big spun aluminum piece that wrapped over the brake discs halfway up to the suspension pivot. And therefore the brake had to be very small. And since the tire was 10 inches, the brake disc had to be machined down from a bigger blank to 8 inches diameter.
Yikes.
And then there's the chassis with its black anodized panels and its stainless steel rivets. And this is a copy of the letter that Firestone sent to Don Nichols, to say that it was, these are the specs for our agreement, and setting March 15th, 1969 as the target date.
Okay.
They missed that.
Oh.
And this is, again, during that meeting with Don Nichols, this is Trevor and one of the tiny tires. But the issue there was the aspect ratio was so extreme. Firestone had a devil of a time getting a flat tread. Are you seeing my little hand going back and
Yeah,
forth?
yeah,
there?
yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so that's a good pointer.
Yes.
And over here's another couple of tires. Over here.
Yeah.
And this shelf contains a whole bunch of parts. This is one of those spun wheels. Here's the front bell. And I don't know whether one of these may be what goes to there, or it may be exactly the same as that. I don't know. No, these are 12 inches. This is the rear wheel. This is two halves made of a spun thing. And then this is how the front was built. This is the outer bell you saw with Trevor's hand on it. And then there's a similar piece to this, but only 10 inches diameter that fills in this space. And this is, again, to show that it really is a knee-high car.
Yeah.
And Trevor's sitting in very much as he was in his little wooden concept. And you can see how the concave tires just rolling it across the shop floor created this is a space in the middle of the tire tread that didn't pick up any dust off the floor. So they knew they had a flat tread problem. And Dunn, being a lot taller than Trevor, did not fit in that space that Trevor created for himself. This picture also shows you how the inner wheel rim wrapped over parts of the suspension, and the brake is hidden inside here. Question. Knowing that the brake was going to be too small, inadequately so, why not copy a leaf out of the Shadow book or the Mercedes-Benz W196 book and mount the brake disc inboard? Well, look how the chassis is actually even shallower than the 10 inches here.
Yeah.
This depth is literally 7 inches, so it would have been very difficult to put a brake disc there.
Wow. Well, not only like the steering, but like not his feet.
Oh, his feet are splayed out because, again, the height of that foot box is only 7 inches, and there's only room for the driver's feet if they go out. That's not pigeon-toed. What's the opposite of pigeon-toed? But there's the brake pedal over here, left foot braking, and throttle pedal here. There's another picture that shows that more clearly.
So sorry to bug you and take you off topic, but if you run inboard brakes on the front axle, where are they? Because you have that whole steering,
yes.
Yeah,
that's right. You're right. There simply was no room. I mean, your first thought is, well, they're not going to fit in the wheel. Why not do what Lotus did and put them on the inner end?
Yeah, well, I guess where do you put the tie rod to go around them?
Yes, right. See, it's all too small. It's too minute.
Yeah.
The whole idea was to create low frontal area. So the way to do that was to have smaller diameter tires. And that kind of worked. Even though with all its bad features, the car was rocket fast on the straight. I'm not going to say this on air, but as Peter Bryant said once, he says, it goes up the straight like a raped ape. But the fact that this created, the small wheels were good in themselves, but they created so many ongoing problems. It compromised literally every other aspect of the car.
Huh.
Okay, where are we not?
Fulmer the only one to drive it back then?
Say it again.
Who was George Fulmer drove it? Was there anyone else?
Yes, Fulmer drove it for the first 2 races of 1970, and then decided he didn't want to do it anymore. His career wanted to go elsewhere, and so Vic Elford came in and drove it for a race.
Okay.
I'm not able to change screens now. It says on screen sharing.
See if you have to hit escape maybe and redo your thing, but
yeah,
you should have been
happened.
control.
I'm sorry. I'll
Oh, you
hit the
should be in
escape.
control.
Did I lose you?
Uh,
Are you still there?
yeah, we're still here.
Okay.
TJ took himself off. He's in essence the moderator.
Yeah, I'm just trying to practice.
okay.
That's fine. Why? And my videos stopped. I'll put myself back on. I don't know why my videos.
Oh yeah, I hid you so that if you guys
got it.
can also see in the chat, I put a link to the YouTube, so I was able to get this one to go live, and hopefully it'll work that way on when we do it. So that if you want to see what other people are seeing, or ultimately what hopefully they'll see, it's that. But yeah, I was just trying to make it so that because Dean, you were popping up, and then I was popping up as we were commenting, popping.
Yeah. Well, what we're gonna do.
I just want to report that I figured out why it wouldn't proceed to the next slide. This is the last slide. I only put 12 in here, and this is number 12.
Oh, there you go.
So I'm sorry, Dean, I cut you off.
What we're going to do is at the start, we'll have probably potentially 4 of us heads up before we have you do screen share. We'll have Mike Moyer from Garrett Turbo. He's our section chair. He'll give the official welcome and then hand it over to me. And then I'll introduce you. And then I'll take it off to where ultimately what everyone else will see once you start your presentation will be your screen share and a small box of you.
Okay.
I will not be visible. I think I can still be on audio though, correct, TJ?
Yeah, it's just every time that you comment or you say anything or there's a noise, then a little black box with Dean Case shows up. Or
I'll put it. Well,
video.
I'll go on mute, but the point when we get to the end of the screen, after the presentation, Pete, the slides, then you'll stop screen sharing, and it'll go back up to you and I, and then I will go through down at the bottom, see where it says next to where it says screen share screen is one for chat, and then over to the right it says Q&A. And
hang on a second, I'm not seeing what you're talking about.
So first,
well, wait. What I'm seeing, can you see what's just appeared up here? This green stuff. Is that where you want me to go?
No, only you can see that. And yes.
Okay, what am I going to do, please?
So first, stop sharing your screen.
So stop sharing. Right there it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now it'll be like we'll introduce the Q&A part, and then if we have questions, or Dean will have the questions that people have been asking all along.
Yeah.
Then we can introduce those, and then you guys will have like a head-to-head chat, kind of like we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And then after that, I think, is there anything else, Dean?
Well,
no, and this is one of those things that at the bottom, I just want you to be aware of where it is, Pete, that there's the other functions of chat. Like if we were doing a panel discussion, you know, the panelists could have a little internal discussion on the side that wouldn't be visible to anyone else. And then there's Q&A for the viewers. Now, you're not going to need to go into Q&A. I will do that for you. So I will pop up and say, you know, Bob has a question about, you know, the second generation car, or, you know, Steve wants to know about what was common between the F1 and Formula 5000 programs, or, you know.
Right.
So
that I'll let you finish. I'm sorry, but that sparks another question from mine. Go ahead.
But so that's how we're going to handle all the Q&As. If, for instance, I think I mentioned to you when I talked on the phone, this has the capability of TJ could promote someone who's a viewer to a participant. Let's just say, you know, Trevor Harris surprised us and called in, and we wanted to bring him up. We could do that. Or, you know, or if George Fulmer called in to say, hey, you're saying bad things about my driving or whatever.
You know, I don't know about George. Never mind. I'll contact Trevor if you like. He loves talking about this car.
Oh yeah, I mean, we would love to have Trevor on it. You know,
if you have the time,
So, but the point is, in essence, TJ is the wizard behind the curtain.
We need him.
Yeah. We definitely need him. And then for the Q&A, though, I'll handle that. I just wanted you to be aware, because I think this is a tool for you going forward with other groups.
Yes.
To be able to help promote book sales. That,
yes.
You know, so I think consider this your test run, that hopefully you'll be more comfortable doing it with other groups as well.
Yes.
And other ones, there might not be someone like me to help moderate the Q&A.
Okay.
So you want to play around. So look at the bottom of your screen. Do you see where, what I see in front of mine is I got participants, chat, share screen, record, and Q&A.
Yes,
You have those same?
I do.
And then off over to the left is also the mute and stop video.
Oh, yes, right.
So, but you'll want those live the whole time we're doing this.
If I hit record, that means I can record the whole session.
Yeah, if it says
try
record,
it
it will record what's on your screen for you.
Yeah.
And then we'll have it on YouTube also. And then so hopefully it'll be going live to YouTube if everything works great. And then as soon as we're done, we can share that link with people and then
Okay.
everybody can come look at it. Otherwise, I'll be recording it here and then we can share that as well.
Any tips on how it's currently recording? How do I save it and where does it save, or does it happen automatically?
You'll hit record on your
Yeah,
on-
it's currently recording. Shall I stop it?
I think I just stopped it. We're on this computer. Yeah, click stop recording.
Okay. It hasn't given me any option to save it anywhere.
And did it stop when you hit stop recording?
It shows that it has stopped, yes.
Okay, then hit start recording.
Yeah.
And then it should say, do you want to save it on record to the cloud or record on this computer? And then it should give you an option where you can pick one.
Yeah, no, it does neither of those things. Whoa, wait a minute, hang on. Okay, never mind. That's not important. Question, I have two questions, please.
Sure.
The 12 pictures I've prepared here, and I have a lot more. I could treble or quadruple this number. But I've figured on focusing only on the tiny tire car, the 1970 experiment that, fell on its face, but memorably so. Now, if you guys want me to have pictures going on to subsequent shadow models, remember, we've got a total of 14 models over 10 years, and I don't know where to draw the line there and how many pictures altogether.
Well, you could, let's just think about this out loud. I'm not saying the answer here is, you had one image of each of the cars as backup. When we go to Q&A, you could then share screen and pull up an image of that car, because invariably there'll be someone who's very knowledgeable. Hey, tell me about the DN4.
Sure.
Most of the audience won't know what that is unless you put a photo up.
That makes sense.
So if you had one image of each of the cars,
yeah,
that would probably be very useful.
Yeah, I can pull them out of the stuff for the book. Now, a lot of the only high resolution images I have are my own. We had numerous photographs taken from other photographers, including a big agency in England. And all I ever saw was the small working size ones. I don't know how good they'll look on the screen, so I'll try that.
I think on a screen, they're going to be fine. They're not that great for print, but I think for this, they'll be fine.
Yeah, all right. And
So-
then my second, so first of all, is for the amount of time we expect to spend, do you have a ballpark number of how many images in total?
That's so dependent on the speaker. I mean, I would say we want to aim for about 30 minutes of talking, is about right. And then we go to the Q&A and let the Q&A go however long,
Okay.
And we can put a hard stop on that to where we don't,
Yeah.
And the difference between doing this virtual versus when we would do old school meetings face to face is you'd see people getting a little bit antsy, but no one wants to walk out because it's rude.
Yes.
Since it's online, people will just drop off. So if we see the numbers dropping,
Sure.
we know. But I'm thinking that a solid half-hour Q&A is probably fine. That way we keep the total presentation to roughly an hour.
That makes
30
sense.
minutes of presentation, 30 minutes of Q&A
Right.
is about right.
Okay.
If you're having fun with it, and we still have great questions after 30 minutes, we can keep going a little while longer.
Okay.
you know.
Yeah,
'cause
I'm not, I don't have a problem with that.
okay.
As you might have told, once I start talking, it's hard to stop me.
No,
And final,
I-
I'm sorry.
I
Final
think-
question I have is, could you guys, not either now or on another occasion, walk me through this keynote you're talking about? Are you familiar with it? I'm not.
Well, it is the Apple counterpart to PowerPoint.
Yes.
And when I talked to Lorna, she said that you guys don't have PowerPoint.
No.
And so Keynote is basically the same thing. I have not used it, but basically
Okay.
what with Keynote, it is a presentation software, and you would create a electronic slide deck. You drop your photos in, and then it would give you the option to run the slideshow.
Okay. Sure.
I'll do a screen share and show you PowerPoint if you'd like to see that.
No, I've experienced PowerPoint as a user, but I don't have it, so I can't generate something. I'm
Well, I
trying to
think-
open Keynote here.
I think Keynote is really the same thing, just the Apple version. Is that your understanding, TJ?
To be honest, I don't know, because I have some of the Adobe stuff and I still haven't gotten like Microsoft Word.
Yeah.
I need to look at the Keynote if it's there.
Okay.
But yeah, I just think that you'll find that it's probably, well, I'm not going to say it's easier because I mean, it looks like your PDFs, you know, your multi-page PDF works just fine.
Yeah, that worked fine as long as we can get it to the full screen and then you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
I mean, that worked just perfect.
Are you seeing this choose a theme window on my screen? Oh, it's gone.
No.
You didn't see that.
No.
Okay, what I've got Keynote playing here, but okay, now I know where it is and I can work my way through working on it. But if you're happy with the PDF, so am I.
Yeah, no, it was perfect.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing I was going to ask, Pete, can you see the part where there's a chat window?
Yes.
Okay, and you can see I put in a link and then I wrote just, hi, I have a question for the author.
Yes.
Okay, so that's just if we have questions or we need to communicate without talking over the thing, we can always write to each other or what we need to do in there.
All right. Please tell me what you see on your screen now. What I see is this black screen with your two faces up above, and it says SAE SoCal logo in the middle. Are you seeing that?
I'm not seeing this. I'm on speaker view.
Okay. No, I'm just trying to figure out what the public is going to see as they watch this. I don't want to throw up anything that spoils the show. But now that I see I have a question for the author, what
Yeah.
is mine? How do I respond to that?
Oh, you could I just want to make sure you could see it. I mean, and that's something where you can either type it in or you can say it out loud. But can you see that link to YouTube that's right above that question?
Oh. Oh, here it is. Yeah, YouTube watch.
Yeah,
Like,
so if you want to see what it'll look like when we're done,
yeah.
that's what it's. I was doing like a test and it's unlisted and we'll erase it and no one will ever see it. But that's what everybody will see who's watching. So
Okay, is that what it is right now? Can you see this? Okay, I've got YouTube running and I see a black rectangle with Dean's face on the left and my own self on the right. And it's,
yeah, it'll be about 20 seconds delayed. And then your audio will get a little hectic in a second.
okay.
So if you want to look, that's in like scroll back and you can see when it was you doing the presentation, but that's what it should look like. Which was perfect.
Oh, this is a. Okay, so I should not have this running while we're.
No, you should turn the YouTube off while we're actually doing it. But if you wanted to just see what everybody would look like, and at a minimum, at least turn the audio from the YouTube off, because then you'll get a feedback loop type deal. And the only other thing I was going to say, Pete, is if you have like a little book stand or some other stuff, like pop that shadow book up and do some, just make it look pretty. And then
I could do that, yes.
I think, Dean, was there anything for did we have a slide with a link to where we can look at the book or where we can tell people to go look at the book?
Yeah, I will create a slide for the end. You want me to send that to you? Or I'll just do a screen share at the end when I do the closing.
Yeah, if you do a screen share, because you could just share your screen when you close, and then that'd be easiest.
So what I did, let me pull it up. Find it. Hang on, I can show you the one I think I did for last time. Give me a second. Okay, I'm gonna do a screen share here. Desktop. There, now you guys can see my screen?
I can see it says buy books and webinar
Yeah.
and so on.
So this is the one I did when we had Chris Willis and Jonathan Ingram a couple months ago. So we'll do a similar one here for yours. We're driving people to PeteLyons.com.
Okay.
And so I'll put the book cover on, I'll update this for the same purpose.
Sure.
So this will be the closing slide of the presentation.
Okay. Tell me, I can't see my own background at the moment. I wondered if there's a bright light behind me.
Right now I'm seeing your videos off.
Oh, it came up again and okay, what do I do? Start the video.
Yeah, I just hit start video.
And TJ, you can put your video back on so we can see you.
So all I see is you, Dean.
And then hold on, I'm coming.
TJ's around.
And I'm back. Okay.
I see you, TJ.
Yeah. I was.
I'm just